Oh no, my NVIDIA broadcast says no thank you. Let's fix that. I am the NVIDIA logo. Okay, it should be working. Let's figure out why OBS is unhappy. Actually, never had that happen before. There we go. Sweet. It's looking rather. I look ill in today's stream. I think the lighting's bad. But hello, welcome. I am going to pop open the project. I totally had 5 minutes to prepare, and then I didn't use those effectively. And so now we're gonna open it. Good old trash heist. It's already open. Why are you hiding, dear trash heist? I'm gonna close these down. Unity has this thing where if you leave it open for a long period of time, it seems to take longer to compile scripts and things like that. So I just found I have a lot of windows open. That's no good. Let's try that again. There we go. I'm turning on my lights. I think it's whatever I have the actual natural light, which is odd. You would think natural light would make the camera look better, but I found not so much for my skin anyway. Tends to look better with unnatural light. The new the new NVIDIA broadcast layout is very confusing. Like trying to find, oh yeah, that's where it's at. It's a little tiny button here to change all of the actual settings that are kind of important. Have control over. Try to look slightly less gray and deceased in the camera today. All right, Unity. So today, give you, yay, Zoe. Thanks for following, Zoe. So today we are going to work on getting an old feature back in that was removed. You just hate Trash Heist, obviously. But yeah, we're going to get drawing back in. So previously, we had drawing as the core mechanic where you would draw in your path and your raccoon would then trace that path. It was a very like strategy, communication heavy gameplay, and it kind of dragged and it wasn't very fun. And so we cut it. But we're now at a different mechanic that anyone who's been watching the stream for a little bit now has seen the kind of more Plinko ball style gameplay that we have now, which you can kind of get hinted at from the map here. But getting that that drawing back in now as an idle activity while you wait for your turn, because we found one of the challenges is that we didn't get enough things to do while we're waiting for our turn. So I also totally fixed these weirdly ghost materials. So let me pull from source tree again. Make sure I have the most recent. Oh, it looks like I don't. Perfect. Okay. Let's pull our changes. I named this branch Nemesis a long time ago because I was inspired by the Aliens Nemesis game and then ended up not using that mechanic at all. and then just stayed on this branch for the next like 10 variations and haven't gone off. So right now I'm like mostly the only one on this branch. So prototype stuff. All right. Good old Nemesis branch. And I feel like every time my favorite thing to do is see. Oh no, but I'm hidden behind the logo. No, we'll never see the Pedro name. All right, while this compiles, updating a little bit on the last playtest. We had some pretty good remarks. I think the biggest takeaways were the zoom in follow was enjoyed. So now the camera like kind of tightens in on the player who's actively going through the map. That seemed to be universally enjoyed. At least there was zero negative thoughts, and there was at least a handful of enjoyment. Yeah, that looks better now that we're compiled. Another thing that went well was the idea of kind of the group game when you hit an objective. It needs a bit more tutorialization, but in my frantic explaining it as it popped up, people got it and it worked. So I think that's a sign that that will be functional with some polish. Now the thing is we need more of them. It took a long time for us to hit the first objective. And so it was like 3/4 of the way through the game before we even saw that mechanic go in place. But yeah, let's focus on the drawing, give people stuff to do while they're waiting. And I think that will be important, and people should hopefully enjoy that. So to do that, we have to we can go two ways. We can try to remember how it was done before and start from scratch, or we can pull bits of code from old versions of the script, which is probably what I'll do because we've already done it once. So first thing we probably want to do is figure out where we want this code to live, because before it was in your movement script, but it's not related to movement at all anymore. So we'll probably make a new script that will contain all the drawing logic. And just I want to make sure that our old gyro script doesn't have anything left on it, so we don't run into like a namespace with multiple classes with the same name. All right. So just skimming through here quick, our references, I don't see anything about drawing, nothing about drawing. So yeah, it looks like we're clean. There's no variables connected to it, so it's very unlikely. Checking what we're subscribed to, ended turn, delayed entry, change class, launch player. I mean, this set delay entry doesn't ever happen anywhere anymore, but I ran into like a weird bug that if you create a quantum event, it might just be command, but if you create a quantum command and then don't use it anywhere, it causes like errors and like basically breaks the experience. So if I'm going to delete it from here, I should delete it fully from everywhere. And honestly, for now, it's just easier to leave it. So we'll just leave that here, even though we don't actually care about it. Moving to spawn point, we use that all the time. Turn skip we use launch update angle. But yeah, no drawing. I do see this draw line from network data though. What are you? This might be very valuable. So skimming through this, I think what this did, I can't remember if this was in real time or not, because at one point it was you did your full line and then you hit send and it would immediately draw that entire line on the screen. I think what worked better was when as you were drawing on your phone, it was actively popping up on the TV screen. I think this is the updated one though, because it has add point to line which to me feels like it's called a single time. I guess we have to figure out who calls this command that calls this event. So working backwards. So let's work backwards here. We want to find the new line points added and see if this is only called once somewhere, or if it was meant to like add a single point. We also can see what it does here, right? That actually might be a better place to start. Like, is this taking a whole array of things? We got this callback, which has a new line point, which implies a single time. I don't see a for loop. So unless this event is called very, very frequently, this looks like it should work. And even if it is called frequently, we can probably reuse this to just call it as you're drawing. So make sure there's nothing else weird that this player ID is no longer going to probably be the correct thing. It's probably going to be player ID +1 because we've had to make that change everywhere else. But let's wait to change that. Let's make sure we know what functionality we want going before we go too deep into changing things. All right, so then we basically say, hey, is this the correct player who called this? New line point does not equal start wait marker. I'm guessing that's to do with the delay. We've gotten rid of the concept of delays, but it looks like I'm trying to see how this is different. Does not equal start wait marker. Yeah, there's all this functionality that I initially built in to support this idea that you could like hold this wait button, and then there was like a time of the heist, and you could wait and then suddenly start your movement at a different time. We're not going to have any of that, so we could probably even just get rid of this. But again, I'm cautious to start being destructive until we get it kind of somewhat functional again, because it'll be hard to like debug if it just doesn't work. Be like, well, is it something that we just changed, or are we missing something entirely? And then endpoint marker. So what's interesting is those are only two options. If it's the endpoint marker, it does stuff, or if it's not the start point marker. So this would be everything in between, I guess. So this would be the normal functionality of it. And then at the end, if it's an end wait marker, it looks like we do some things. We mess with the amount of positions in the line renderer. Duration of wait time. So in theory, we would maybe never call an end marker. So this would never happen. And we won't call maybe we'll get rid of the concept of a start wait marker, which means that this would always be true, because if this doesn't exist, it will never be equal to it. But again, we'll delete things as we go, not prematurely. So this looks good. Let's try to find where this event is called in our quantum solution. In the coming, I would say months, probably not weeks, but in the coming months, we're going to be switching to quantum 3. And that will mean I no longer have to jump between the quantum solution and the Unity solution. It's all built in, which is so nice. Okay, so let's go back out to Trash Heist, go into Quantum Code, open that solution file. Okay. I'm going to actually slide it over here so I don't lose track of who is who. All right, we're going to search for this event. Actually, we can search the whole solution. Let's see who done calls it. So there's the event, but who calls it? Now this is anything inside of the codegen.cs is to be ignored. I have not been able to find a way to ignore a script from a search, but that would be so amazing for Quantum 2. Quantum 3, you don't have to worry about it, but yeah. Okay, wasn't able to find it, oddly enough. So let's go under our commands and just like look and see if maybe we're just missing something. This would probably be like add points command or something. I'm going to slide it over because my eyes are old and I can't zoom that. Interestingly enough, I'm not actually seeing it. So it's possible that we got rid of the command that calls that event. Let's do a search again. Get back to the event. Okay, there we go. So synced event. Just to make sure, because I think if we search for this, like its exact name, it would show the command. Actually, let's pick one that we know exists. I'm not sure if that one exists. Player change skills should definitely be an existing command. Okay, yeah, so we can see here, this is called, and it was able to find it in the search. So that makes me think that the event actually is not called anywhere. Let's steal this and just look for the exact phrase. Player change skill. Where's my event? Hey, Sonia. How's it going? Okay, so having this, but with the F events in front of it, and now I can replace that with, what was it? Turn new line points added. No, so yeah, no one is calling this. So we need to do a few things. We need to go ahead and update the, make a new command to actually call this. And then we have to kind of work backwards a little bit and start implementing this. But the good news is though, like we can use this class and leverage this a little bit. Just draw a line from network data to actually generate the lines on screen. It's not going to be that easy because we have to totally like build the object into the scene, because there's like this whole Unity package I bought that like does the line drawing and whatnot. We're gonna have to leverage that. Though actually, I don't know why. Oh, it's because of the physical drawing. That's actually on the mobile side. This is just a line render, so like we actually don't need anything on the host side very much here. I feel like drinking hot tea was a bad idea because it is like super warm out today, relatively, right? Like it's been freezing, but in my studio next to my computer, it's very, very warm. Streams are somewhat sporadic right now, Sonia. I feel like it is basically if I get the urge. Normally it's like 2 to 3 times a week. Normally a little later in the evening. Wednesdays are sometimes an exception because I work from home on Wednesdays. Bu- 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 Yeah, so actually I'm gonna put the window open to cool it down in here. How long have I been streaming in general? Oh man, I don't know. I think that's been not too long, a couple months. I think before this stretch, I was streaming for about the same duration a while back, and then I kind of stopped streaming. But trying to be consistent this time and stick with it. I need to make a new command. That's what we were doing. All right. So typically for, where is the screen? Typically for when I make a new command, I just copy a different one. It's just faster than typing it all out again, and then I modify it. Let's have this be, what should this be? This should be called new point added to draw line. I like to add command in the name. That way it's easier to like search. Okay. PC or PS? I don't think I know what you mean. Do you mean like PlayStation? What's PS? Ba, 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 ba. Is anyone else in the Dallas area and getting allergies? Because I feel like it's been really bad these last couple days. Feeling it. New added draw line command. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not crazy. I think that was actually why I was like super tired earlier. I think it was allergies getting me because now I'm like I feel all the nasal junk and it's rather annoying. It's weird too because I feel like even I haven't been able to like attach it to any kind of weather. Like sometimes it'll rain and then suddenly allergies are bad, and then today it's like sunny out and allergies are bad. Just give me a sign so I know how to hide and protect myself. Okay. Is all right, so now we get like my brain is going slow. Like every time I pause, it takes me like 5 minutes to get my head back in. All right, so public int actor number, we do need that. We don't need the team ID. We would need what does the event have? Because that'll tell us what we need. The callback. It looks like it has player ID, new line point. Okay. Presumably new line point is a float. Actually, I should just check the event itself. Oh, it's a vector 2. Yeah. So we need these two things. We'll leave it called actor number. I think I prefer that verbiage. Okay, and then we want to pass point. And then this should be point, new line point. Okay. Okay. Now this command will send info to that event, which we already listened to. So now we just need a command that actually would call it. We probably could make a debug command from editor just to test, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea. So maybe let's do that. And what is the script called? It is to draw a line from network data. Now on draw a line from network data, how do we, what is this big switch case? We don't need drop time marker. In fact, we're not doing time markers anymore. So we'll just get, oops, what I hit. We'll get rid of that. This is interesting. Start location of times. We're not going to use times anymore, so we can get rid of that. It looks like this script needs to live on the line renderer object, so that's good to know. On update, if we hit spacebar, we would turn that stuff on. I don't have any need for that anymore. We'll make our debug through a button. And this reset line, which I think we still want. I think this would like clear out the line. Yeah. So this would just some other stuff too. Event times price. Okay, yeah, we're not doing times. There is an idea of though like putting your name on the line, which we could totally use. The time, just put your name all over it, but we've already halfway deleted it. Let's just get rid of it. All right. Okay, movement positions. What does this do? Movement positions. What would I use this for? It doesn't look like anyone's using it. So I'm gonna get rid of it because all it does is return. Looks like the line render positions. So let's get rid of this. Just trying to make this simple so that way when we're debugging it, we only have to worry about a few things. Doop. Okay, nice and simple now. It would be good maybe if reset line was its own, so we could call it through a debug and not have to give provide a callback. We'll call this clear drawing. And then we are going to make this just move to here. And we'll just say if that happens, then we call it clear drawing. There we go. Now that way I can put a debug here. Cool. Now we have a debug to clear it. Let's also make a debug to draw the line. So this is add point to line. Maybe we'll make a different class called, like, where do we use callback? We just use callback for a couple things. There's this waiting time. I think I might go ahead and get rid of the wait time stuff. So if this was end time, it adds a wait event, which we don't even use those. So yeah, just get rid of this. And let's even get rid of this if it's not start time, because we're not going to have a start time. We're just going to say, hey, yeah, you draw. You ready to draw? It's time to draw. And then what's nice is this getting really clean and easy to read and debug. So we'll make a new function though, just to receive the event, to separate that out from the actual functionality. New line point received. And then it's going to be just this callback. Cool. And then we will get rid of this and instead put int player ID. And then I think it's FP vector 2. And we'll call this position to add. Now we can say callback is player ID. Oh, actually, yeah, in that case, we don't even need player ID. So goodbye. If it's that, then we can call add point to line and send callback position new line point. Okay, and then we'll close that, close that. and then we have to replace this callback new line point to position add. There we go. And then we can add the button though for Odin Inspector is what lets me do these. This is a Unity native thing. Super useful. Honestly, the only thing I really use Odin Inspector for is this. Like, it's a huge plugin that has like so much power, but I just love this little button feature that it has. Position, let's see, make new position. And it should be position to add. And so we pass that vector 2. I hope it'll take an FP vector 2. You know what I might do just to keep this a little simpler is we might do the conversion on this side. There we go. Now, oh, it wants to be a vector 3. There we go. Okay. So basically now when we get the event, we do the conversion and then call it to here. Now when I call this in Unity without even touching Quantum, I can just give it a vector 2 and it won't have any issues with that. Cool. So this, oh, almost missed that. This needs to be changed to that. We can get rid of some of these, all of these here. Yeah, these were like markers I'd put in to like send signal. It was a whole thing. Yeah. It kind of worked. It worked like half the time, and but yeah, then the gameplay was just boring. So, okay. So let's try debugging this. Let's make a fake little pretend line. To do that, first thing we need to do is make a little place for it to live. So we'll call this like player lines, player draw lines, maybe. And then for now, this is gonna be a little sloppy, but like I'm just gonna put player 1, and then I'd have like 8 of these existing, and because we have up to 8 players right now. And we'll just check against it. Speaking of, now we need to put the player ID in there, which is attached to draw line from network data. Cool. This will be player 1. Event times for, I thought I got rid of all that stuff. Oh yeah, we also have this waiting in Heist class. We don't need that anymore. We don't need event time sprites. We could use like a name, but maybe we'll come back to that. Let's just get the line working first. Cool. All right, and then now we can we need to make sure we have a line renderer because that's super important. And then we'll just, it's at 0, so 0 is like way up here. That's fine, I guess. It would be good to know like what like the ground is. That's not right. I need to find something that's like not childed. Okay, let's just make a new object. Things are nested too deep, so they're giving me only their local transform. Okay, that's about 8. 8 is the ground. It's like a weird number. 8 is like, it's like 8.2. It's kind of weird, but all right. Let's remember that 8.2 is where the line's gonna have to be, or higher. Let's hit play. We will want to mute our game scene. Oh, we already have a simulator. We don't want that. Okay. All right, we'll just ignore all the countdowns and whatnot, and we are going to go to our player draw line. Let's hide the line render for a minute. Let's make a new position. We'll say x0, y9, invoke, and then we'll say x10, invoke. Okay, so good news. We can see our line. So that is a great sign. Invoke. Yeah, so we're drawing a nice little line. Though I wonder... Does that go up into the sky? It does go up. So that's a little bit of a problem, because how do I actually give the whole being XY? I kind of want, I want that to be the Z value, not the Y value, which I'm surprised to see that wasn't how this was set up, but we need to have like a constant Y. We don't need to play with that value. Constant Y. We don't need to play with that value. So we can see that's the position to add. I think we want to convert it differently. Oh my gosh. I want position to add. Oh, I know why it's being weird. Okay, so we would want X, and then we would just say like 9, I guess, just for the sake of that's above the floor, and then use the Y there, and then converted position we would put there. Yeah, we're I'm actually really happy with like how the textures are looking. They have this kind of weird drawing effect. I think it's even stronger looking when you get up close. I don't know how I feel about how we're making the pegs look yet. I think the pegs are a little plain. They're just normal. Like they don't have any material on them other than like the default. So those might need to get updated. I remember I might have worked on a trailer for that when I was at Funimation. I have to look that up. I think I did. I'm trying to find it, see if there's a... It sounds really familiar. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, the art style. Now I'm watching a little trailer for it. I guess the nice thing to do would be to share. This particular trailer didn't bring back any memories, so I don't know if that was the one I worked on. Same one. Well, that's going to bother me because I totally think I worked on that. And it's always fun to find old trailers I worked on. Oh well. Was it something Funimation worked on? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Funimation worked on that. Yeah, I used to do audio for a living, and I did trailer music for Funimation for a number of years. Okay, back to code. Oh yeah, we already did it. Let's test it. All right. One. So 10. Let's just do 0, 0 to start at somewhere. Then let's do 5, 0. And then let's do 5, 5. It's hard because it's under the fog of war. 20. And then maybe 50. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but it is drawing. Let's see it there. That seems to be working. It is maybe something we would not want to be under the fog of war, which shouldn't be too hard to solve. That just should be a material. Actually, we could just add a, what is it called? There's something that can make it reveal. Let's first just try a new material, I guess. Just throw any, yeah, so like all these will default to being in there. Trying to think of like what a good line color will be. I almost want like a pencil style drawing. Ooh, what's that? Oh, that's kind of fun. All the drawings would be like a rainbow color. Maybe I'll do that at first. That's kind of fun. Definitely will draw attention. But I do need to make this show up above the fog. And ironically, it was like the opposite problem I had before, where I couldn't get stuff below the fog. And now I have the opposite problem. Is it just a height issue? I don't think it is. Trying to think if there's something that is forced visible in my scene. I thought there was like a revealer. Let's see here. A fog of war hider. Let's see if there's just some kind of fog of war thing. Yeah, there's revealer, but I don't know if that's going to be what I want. No, see, it's taking the position of the line renderer. Let's see. Okay, transparency makes it just pop out. Or it could just be getting this number high enough. Sorts it higher. Yeah, so 3000 seems to be rendering above the fog, so cool. Okay, so we will just let that always be above the fog, which does mean that this little teddy bear will also be above the fog, but I'm okay with that. Cool, okay, so that worked well. Now we need to test actually creating the data on the phone side and sending it. Ideally through the drawing mechanism. So we'll have to get that booted back up on that side. So let's pop open the other version of Unity. Where's our Unity hub? Now, I don't remember if I ripped out the drawing logic in this one. I would think I would, but we'll see what we can find. Be right back. Gonna go take some allergy medicine. Dying. Alrighty. Let's see here. All right, we'll see if that helps. Going back to, yeah, we need to open our mobile, which should be open by now. Over here. All right, so before we used to have at one point this like blueprint you could draw on. I doubt any of the logic is probably still here, but let's see. Load screen, turn manager. Oh, draw manager. Hey. Oh no. Associated script cannot be loaded. That makes me think it was removed. Darn. Let's trying to think we could find that script. Let me go into Git. I mean, like, do we have? Because it was a whole package that let us do this, and I think I was just using a prefab that they had and slightly modifying it. It's crazy that there's like so many things in here. Like I don't remember adding all these, but a lot of these I think come like Cinemachine. I don't think you have to add. I think it just comes with Unity, for example. All right, draw. Custom jars, draw scripts. I don't think this is what we need. Easy draw. Oh, maybe it is. Easy draw. Yeah, I think this might be it. Now the question is, did I mess with it or not? I'm tempted to go back into an older branch. Let's try that. Let's just see how that might go. And we're looking for the draw. Okay, so draw movement path might have been what we're looking for. Let me discard all these other changes. Oh, except we totally need turn update command. Oh, I need to rename that. I'm glad that that popped up. Uh, so we did all the changes, but we didn't actually rename the file, which would have caused all sorts of headache. There we go. Okay, we do need to stage that. And I guess that's it. I'm surprised it didn't. Maybe I need to build because it didn't have me put any other quantum files in, which is odd. Post game scene. There we go. Yeah. Draw a line from network data. Yeah, we did make changes there. Okay. Draw line command work. This is all happening over here. Okay, now on our mobile version, we'll just discard all of these. And then we're going to switch to a different branch. Where there was a draw. Draw movement path. Should be under feature unless I never pushed that up, which would be weird. As Nemesis. That's so weird. But something would have to have that those features because we drew on the phone. So maybe if I just look through a ways back when we were still drawing. There's a code to playback gyro, so it was after that. Keyless conversion was definitely after that. Draw line update, that's encouraging. Okay, so yeah, we're waypoint's still there, so we're still drawing. Okay, so yeah, we're waypoint's still there, so we're still drawing. Real-time drawing. Okay, resolve bugs in real-time drawing. Real-time drawing. Okay, resolve bugs in real-time drawing. Update the line drawing over network. Yeah, I'm liking all of these. Update the line drawing over network. Yeah, I'm liking all of these. Okay, so add a node logic. Like node is some of the stuff that came later. So maybe this one might be the last one where I was focusing on that. So let's jump to here or WebGL. Okay, and then we'll pop over here. We're going to see everything go very different for a little bit. I'm hoping there's still a game object called Draw Manager and we can see what the script is and we can basically pull this back. Reload. All right. So we do have a draw manager. Nice. Draw line system. So it was this script here under easy draw. And then in our scene, I bet if we popped open the simulator. Yeah, there's our blueprint. Let's do. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if it'll work without being connected, but let's try. I don't know if it'll work without being connected, but let's try. Yeah, look at that. Look at that working awesome. Yeah, look at that. So basically we want that to still be allowed. I wonder if that's purely the draw manager all in its own. The draw prefab. I was trying to look if there's like a line renderer or anything, but I don't imagine there is. But we also need to take over the actual canvas that we're drawing on, because you'll notice that it's not here because that's the UI. The actual environment, so to speak, is here. It looks like it is vertical, so that's good to know. If we could just take, is it that entire canvas? No, that's the canvas. So I wonder what is this actual. Oh, okay, your starting point, but like, where is the actual blueprint itself? So we can turn those off. That off. Okay, so I think it's all of just these random bits. Yeah, it is. Okay. Then the canvas, I imagine we need the canvas to draw. Just trying to figure out what parts we have to have that we need to carry over. Oh, I need the starting points on. So we don't need the canvas. What is final item? Don't need that. What is game object 3? Don't need those. We don't really need the doors. I mean, that's the thing is like, this is going to, the blueprint's going to change. Actually, I just realized pretty significantly. So we could really get rid of everything and just have a blank canvas, so to speak. There is logic I have about these starting points, so I am gonna have to change that. But yeah, I mean, it looks like we just need the draw manager. I don't know if that's just the camera that's blue. Yeah, it's just the camera. So I don't think there's anything in there. I don't think there's any like any objects I'm drawing on, and you can even kind of see in the scene view. It's just the camera looking. So good news there is all we need is the draw manager. And the starting points, I suppose. These are tagged with starting spot and wall. And they have a collider. But I can just take this script. I do need this draw prefab as well. Oh, one nice thing, I can actually go into my other project, which is the same repository as the mobile, and compare it. Okay. So here, if we go into Easy Draw, we're going to draw scripts. It looks like it has everything except draw line system. So we should be able to just, can I just copy and paste across? No, but I can drag it in. Okay, and then we'll be bad and we'll go into the, actually, no, yeah, we can just push that from here. That does mean we'll have to exit out of this. So yeah, so let's actually go into the scene. Player, game scene. Player underscore game scene. Now it should just be there, but for whatever reason, it didn't recognize that as the same script. Oh, it's not happy about something here. All the errors are down here. So supposedly these have been removed, which is very plausible. And then also it looks like turn manager doesn't have get player ID. So we have to do a little bit of work here. Let's for the moment just do this so it'll compile. Okay. And now I just want to make sure that that will actually. Okay. So we do compile now, so that's good. But now we actually do have to fix all these issues. This is a long script. Oh my goodness. I think this was the script that came, I was gonna say came with the package and then got modified, maybe? Maybe I made this. It's just been so long. Yeah, I might have actually made this one. Okay. Yeah, we had things about zooming. Looks like we got rid of the zoom, which is interesting. Okay, so here we can see when we're using just a single finger, which is how we draw. We do call this send positions gradually. I do want to see if there's a, yeah, this is new touch. And there was a whole thing about sending this sort of like fake position. In fact, I think we can find it up here. Yeah, the start weight marker. Let's get rid of this entirely because we don't do those anymore. And we don't do any wait start time. We basically don't do any of these anymore either. Let's see, touch positions. Yeah, all that looks fine. I don't know what the fill was for. All right, so now we can go through and we can basically start like fixing some of these errors now. So yeah, if waiting, oh yeah, there was a fill meter or like how much you've drawn. We don't need to do that. Okay, so now we're evaluating touch. And if we set input states. Okay, that's all fine. And then as long as we're not over a UI button, we will handle draw. And then it's like 2-finger was drag around. I swear we had zoom was a 3-finger, but maybe we switched it to zoom buttons actually, now that I think about it. Handle draw. Okay, so this will check if we need to make a new line or not. So if we don't have a line, okay, we can just start sending positions. What does this look like? Oh my gosh, it's a function to call this position update coroutine equals null. Didn't we already just check for a coroutine? No, we checked for valid start location. Okay, this is actually something we can remove. We don't need to start at a specific spot. So we can remove the concept of a valid start location. You can just draw anywhere you want now. Okay. And then we start sending positions gradually. Send position gradually. Okay, so this all handles just sending the position over the network, which looks like it should be fine. Basically just looks for how many positions are in the line render. If there's more positions than there were before, it'll send that specific position update. So that's cool. Let's go back up and work our way back down now that we saw that path worked out well. Okay, so that was for single finger new touch. So now we need to look for moved, single finger moved touch. And so as long as there are positions, so it's basically double checking that the line exists. And we don't ever, this will should always be false. So because this is if they decide to wait at first. So we're going to remove this. And we will then remove this and have this else be the only thing that can happen here. All right, so we get position of touch. We don't, it's never going to be an end weight marker. So we will get rid of that option. So we could just actually do this. This is making the concept of this drawing way simpler, which is nice. The whole wait time was a fun idea that you could like decide when you could enter like the battle, so to speak, or enter the heist. But yeah, it made it complicated. Okay, so now we're saying, okay, this is just checking if we're basically allowed to keep drawing. There's like a little meter on screen that helps tell you that. We might keep that. Could get rid of it maybe, but I'm worried that someone would just like scribble out the whole map, and that would be really annoying and toxic. So, so we kind of want to maybe limit how much someone can draw. Okay, so that all went pretty smoothly. Is there any? Oh, there's more down here. I spoke too soon. Okay, so we don't have any concept of weight, so I'll get rid of start weight. Get rid of stop weight. We want to keep fill meter for now. We might keep that in. There is this weight progress, so we will get rid of that. It's just current line length divided by max line length. Cool. Make sure if it's over UI, we're not doing stuff, because if we're trying to press a button, it'd be really annoying to be drawing a line. Story current line is important, but we don't have any weight concept anymore. Send position over network is good. That's odd. Send touch positions over network. Stop sending positions gradually. Okay, hold on a second. So it looks like nothing calls that. That makes me confused at why I just didn't get rid of it. Because there's a return here, so none of this ever would have gotten called. Let's be bold and just, well, okay, let's at least remove this, because that had been like that for a long time. I'm not sure why that would be there, but let's not test our luck. Okay, start setting positions gradually, which is what we use for new touch. What does moved touch do though? Shouldn't that also call? See, I feel like single finger move touch should also be calling that. I'm going to hit undo for a little bit and see if maybe I accidentally deleted that. I can't find it. Where'd it go? There we go. Okay. There is update line. That is so odd. I feel like this gets used once. One time. Okay, well let's it wasn't in there before. I'm trying to think of how that would work though. It didn't seem like that would be functional. So when you began it, because it's a coroutine. Oh, while true. Okay, so once you start it, it's always running. That's kind of funky, but okay. Until someone calls stop sending positions gradually, which I think, yeah, when you destroy the current line, or there's some other event that would sometimes have this stop. I think it was, I would have a button that you're like, confirm drawing. I wonder if we should. I guess it's okay. We'll leave it for now. It's not the most clean solution, but we'll just see if it's fun before we optimize it. All right. Override line origin never gets used. Just cleaning the script up a little bit. Looks like we don't ever use get touches center. Current multiplier. Yeah, see, this is never used, but whatever. Okay. All right. I think that looks pretty good. There's still some here. Let's get rid of this junk. We're already cleaning things out. It looks like we don't ever check if it's zoomed. It's weird. I did comment these things out, and we need to bring them back. These command dispatchers. Now the tricky part will be some of them don't work anymore. Like turn manager, get player ID. We don't use turn manager anymore, so I think what we need to do, I think there's just a actor number that there's a function we can call to get it, and we use it somewhere else. The question is, can I remember where? I think local actor or something like that. I think if we search everywhere, that might pop up. Okay, there's that, but that is not a script I wrote. Let's find. Okay, so that one wasn't a local actor. I'm trying to think of who would have used it. It's gonna bother me. Maybe if I look at the command sender. Find the darn thing. Oh, I was about to go into work backwards. So this is what we want. Local player dot active. Now what script are we modifying? It was draw manager, I think, or something like that. I wish you didn't have to like pin them. It's just they get lost, and yeah. Search for draw line system. That's what it was called. Let's pin you this time. Okay, so we need to find this, and instead of getting a player ID, we do it like that. Get the actor number. I like when this is easy. Cool. And then it's right here also. I don't really think we're caring about turn reset anymore. In fact, I might not send that. Because it doesn't really reset a turn. Like, we don't actually want anything to happen over the network when they destroy their line. Well, actually, we do. We want to clear the line. So, is anyone else use this? And if not, then cool. Let's see. I want to go to here. Well, it doesn't matter, I guess, who uses it. It matters who listens to the event. 2 references. It's called in the draw line system, and it's called in the draw line system. Okay. In that case, I think I'll rename this to player cleared draw line. now it's going to throw errors because it can't find the right name, but that'll point me to right where I need to change. Sweet. What's interesting is, oh, so this just clears it right before you start drawing. Okay, then here we have the send Java recording. Now we got rid of that, but it does exist in the previous one. So I think if we go back to our other old version of the thing, pop open that solution, Explorer. Actually, no, that was right. Yeah. Whoops. Shouldn't have closed it. Okay. We want to. We want to look for that command in here. Send Java recording. Perfect. Okay, so let's just steal that and put it in our other one. So we'll just. Is it already in here? Just commented out. Yeah, it looks like it was. So I could just uncommented it, but that's fine. Okay, it looks like we don't have that command, so we will have to add that command back in as well. And that one we definitely want to borrow from the old project because that was like the most complicated thing. It wasn't like a super long script, but it was a very complicated solution because Quantum does not like lists. It makes it headache, and sending a list over time, it was just a whole headache. So let's not do that one from scratch for sure. Let's go to Quantum Code. Oh no. Darn it. The solution file didn't come over. I might be able to just find it though, the script that we care about. Yeah, here we go. All right, so we will just steal this and make a command for it in the Quantum code. Okay. I thought I copied that. Let's try that again. Copy. Go, and then name it. Sweet. Okay. So now we have this command. It calls an event, new line points added. Perfect. So that actually is pretty good. We're going to hit build. Yep, sweet. No errors. And now what we want to do is we did all those changes on our host version of the repo. So we have to basically push that up and then get our mobile version to pull that down. And it should have everything it needs. I am a little worried about the draw line working. So let's test that before we source tree it. So are we in the right scene? Yeah, we are in the right scene. I don't know where all my stuff is, but Okay, we can get rid of this script, even though that should have been the same one, so I don't know why it didn't find itself. Line render, I guess we need to make a line render here. Is that, yeah, that's how the other, actually no, the other one was not. So what's nice is I can just compare this side by side with that. Looking through here, seeing, looks like draw does go there. Line color, let's steal that, give it some alpha. I don't know why it defaults to 0 alpha. It's so weird. 0.2 is what it looks like we liked. And then 90 was the max length. Looks like those are all set to none, so it's weird that we even show them. Oh, leave these empty. Okay, that's dumb. I'm fixing that. Hide inspector is how we should do that. I think it's literally hide in inspector. Is that not how it works? Hide inspector. There we go. Since, oh wait, actually were all of those supposed to be? Okay, fill meter was not set to none, so we do need to an inspector. Okay, let's see if that hides those for us. It's trying to compile. It's taking us time. There we go. Okay. Cool. Okay. That hid those. Current line. Oh, wait. No, it only hid the one. So I think I want them all to be hidden. I think if I put them on a single line, well, maybe I'll just, I don't know. I think this will be more readable if I just copy that down. It's kind of weird that it has to use like the actual space. Like it matters line, like normally code doesn't really matter the lines, you just put the semicolon. It's interesting that that matters, that that's above, but there's no no character to like inform that it's connected to the line below it. Cool. Let's compile that. All right, fill meter. We do need to find the fill meter. Now I think I might have taken the fill meter away. Let's, it was under timer fill background. Let's see if that exists anymore. It does not. Okay. In that case, I wonder if I should bother making a new one. I guess we will. Why is like nothing visible? Okay, so we would almost need like another canvas for the drawing part. This wait your turn canvas displays a bunch of names on it. I think we just need another, I hate to have so many canvases, but I think we just need another canvas. I'm going to call this a drawing canvas. Or, yeah, that's fine for now. I think the drawing canvas might just be the a bit of a void, like we just turn other things off. Okay, so it says waiting your turn. We don't actually want it to say draw some plans. I don't know. Why not? So that'll be there. And then maybe we would want, do we have any logic that we should get rid of? No. Okay. Good. Oh yeah, it's constant pixel size. We really gotta Gotta avoid that constant pixel size thing. Draw some plans. Okay, and then we would have the area below it be the drawing. Maybe we'd have a button that's like close panel. Where's my UI? Just close drawing panel. Okay, gotta close panel down. We probably want to make this red or something, so you know it's bad. Well, there's also going to be another button that's like clear. So maybe it could be like blue, something kind of neutral. And we'll throw another button, and then this one will be maybe reset line. I don't know if I like them above each other like that. Maybe we can put them next to each other. Okay, and then move it out a little bit. A little bit. I don't love that. You can make it a little smaller. Text a touch smaller. And then maybe we would have this one. Maybe this could be more of a red. Maybe you don't have to have it so intense. We'll save the final one for the artists on the team, but I think that could work okay. Maybe we'll do like a panel. Holds them. That did not work. Something like that. And then we would maybe get rid of the background. Well, we actually may want the background because otherwise we'd have to turn everything else off. But if we leave a background, that can block other things. And then we would have some kind of blueprint on there. Okay, back to the drawing manager. I'm looking over what it has. We have max line length. Those are all set to none. Oh yeah, we made this. We can make the fill image. That's what we were doing. So maybe here we do UI image. And this could be maybe like a line down at the bottom. Doesn't have to be like super noticeable. I think they'll see it filling up as they draw. It does mean those buttons probably need to go up a little higher. And then maybe the whole panel should have a little more room. I don't really like anything like in that bottom section. I guess if it's narrow enough, maybe it's okay. I still kind of prefer it up higher. Maybe this should go at the top so you can see it filling up. And then the buttons could be below. That should be enough room. Okay, we'll just call that good for now. This will be fill background. This line fill. And this one we do have to put some kind of image on. So we can change it to a filled and horizontal. Give it a color of, I don't know, green, I suppose. And have it go down as you use your line. I don't know if I like green, but is it weird that it's gonna be the same blue as reset line? Yeah, maybe we'll go with green. Okay. That's your amount of line you can draw. So basically as that gets reduced over time, you'll know once I hit 0 that you have no more line, and then you have to reset line to refill it. Okay. So now that that's there, now we can go back to our draw line and we can assign that fill to our fill meter. We don't have a turn manager. Do we even use that in the script? Let's go check. Is it this? Hold on, let's just click into here to avoid any risk of being in the wrong thing. Turn manager. What do we use you for, if anything? Oh, I did entire solution. I don't want that. I want literally just this script. Document. Nothing. Sweet. Get out of here. In fact, we'll get rid of these instead of just commenting them out. Let's just go for it. Be bold. All right, back to one of them. This, oh, it's compiling. That's why it won't let me open it. There it goes. Okay, so fill meter, cool. Last recorded position. I don't think we fill that in. I do have weight fill ratio. I don't see that anymore. I must have gotten rid of that. Turn manager, we got rid of that. That is 0, 0. That does make sense. Like, I don't think we'd want to read that data. So let's hide that from inspector as well. That's like why it's good to use this hide inspector, because if like anyone else ever touches your script and they see like an empty field in inspector, they're going to assume they need to put something there. So it's good to hide stuff that you don't, that maybe you want public, but you don't want to be messed with in the inspector. It could have also maybe been fine being private. I'm not sure. I don't want to go down that path though at this point. Modify the script that much. Okay, so now we have pinch zoom strength. It looks like it was previously 0.1, though I don't think we're using pinch zoom anymore. In fact, let's keep ripping things out. Let's look. Just because we're already having to refactor it, we may as well do the easy things like removing variables that we don't need anymore. It does look like it's in handle zoom, but we don't call handle zoom anymore. So I think, because we switched it to buttons, so you use buttons to zoom in and out, because we were finding people were like having trouble drawing and zooming and all that stuff. Yeah, you know what? I'm like torn if I should leave it, but no, I think we'll get rid of it. If we want to add it in, again, that can be a production task, because you can see handle zoom was here and that's gone now. So, and then we don't do anything for 3 fingers. So let's just get rid of that. And then that means we don't need any of this zoom stuff at all. I do think we need min-max zoom, because I think that's used somewhere. Initial pinch distance, we don't use that. Initial zoom Distance. It looks like it's only used here. So if I don't reference it again, then it doesn't really matter. Okay. I need to check in on our raccoons, see what when we're getting our next batch, because we got green and red of the same kind. But let me put my LinkedIn on a different screen. But it would be nice to have our other character designs. Haven't heard from our artists lately. Let's check in. So it was last Friday. Cool. Okay. I'm eager to get more fun stream avatars. So sent that message. We'll see when he gets back to me. Okay. So now we have assigned, what is min zoom? Min zoom was 10 previously. And it was also max zoom was previously 80. Weird that we have two headers there. Multiplier settings. Looks like this was set to 12. I'm actually not sure what that's used for. What was multiplier settings used for? Why did it have it twice? I only see one header here. That's weird. Maybe because it was like attached to there. Multiplier. Who uses you? Get current multiplier. Who uses you? Camera delta. Hinge drag. Oh, I think. Are we zooming as we're dragging? Oh, we're moving the camera as we, yeah, okay, we do need that. Basically, as you're dragging and drawing on the screen, we want the camera to track your finger so you can be both zoomed in and drawing at the same time. And it stays with your drawing. So that's what that was used for. It wasn't very clean, like it had some issues, but it worked well enough. Having a white balance, like a light mode browser is actually like a decent lighting, because watch when I minimize it. I'm just darker all of a sudden. But it's also very blinding, and I don't like it, so staying off. Okay, draw manager now looks pretty good. Oh, we need a little curve. It looks like the previous curve was more or less just, I wish I could copy it somehow. I guess I can copy the keys. You can see it's here. I can just kind of visually get that. So let's, oh, I can only have one of these windows open at once. That's dumb. Even if it's in a different Unity version. Okay, well, let's see. The first key is 0.2. So let me go over here. I would like to, oh wait, are you the same curve? No. No, you're not. So you are 0.2. And then what's the next curve? Point. The next one, oh my gosh. We'll just say point, so 0.5822, 12416. 0.5822, 12416. 0.5822, 12416. Come on. 0.5822, 12466? Question mark? Was that it? 12466? 12416. Very close. Not that that tiny difference will make any change in it, but 12416. Okay, and then what's the next point? The next point is 1.1. But what's odd is we have different curves on it, so we need to see. It looks like the right tangent, oh, it doesn't tell me, it's obnoxious. It's set to auto. Let's see what this one's set to. auto. Set all into auto at first. Okay. So it looks like that, which is pretty close. The other one had a more abrupt bottom, but honestly, I think this probably is fine. Okay, so we should be good now. That means if I hit play here and start drawing on the screen, it should draw a little yellow line. Let's see. Boo, didn't work. Okay, I know why though. Maybe, actually, no, I don't know why. I was thinking it didn't have the start position. We removed that need. We hit play on the other one and see if it like generates a line render or something, because I did find it odd that line render didn't pop up in the script. Okay, so it's under touch positions. We see a bunch of things drawing there, so we should at least see that happen. What's odd is I don't see. Oh, because I said to be hidden. Okay, maybe maybe I regret doing that because now I can't debug it as easy. So let's go back into our script and unhide those from editor. Just maybe, and then maybe we'll take them, put them back hidden once we know it's working. Okay. We will hide those again once everything's functional. Because I'm really just using it to debug the values just to see if it's updating and if it has all its references. I actually finished all my tea. I normally don't. I find like half a mug full and then it's gross and needs to be dumped out. All right, so I'm drawing here. Oh, you're not seeing where I'm drawing. Drawing here and nothing's happening. We're not getting any touch positions at all. So, and I'm not getting any error readouts either, which is odd. So what we probably need to do is put some print logs in this draw line system and figure out why the heck it no work. So on update, it was on, right? Yeah, it was on. On update, we're evaluating. If touch count is 1, oh, I could be getting is over UI. I bet you I am. I bet this thing here is considering itself UI. So let me, how do we best want to do this? Is this the panel? Nope. Are you the panel? Yep. Maybe if we just, no. If it's not marked as a UI layer, maybe that's how it determines something is UI. I actually don't know. But I bet that is the issue. So like if I turn, well, I have to turn everything off. Let's see how it determines. Let's look into how this is. Oh, it's event system. Yeah, that's tough. Let's print this just to see if my guess is right before we dig too deep into this. Am I over UI? Question mark. Can't decide if I like the raccoons going behind the logo or not. I think it's kind of fun. They like can hide and do stuff. Be sneaky. Sneaky raccoons. Okay, so we were gonna check if, yep, we are true. It's always over UI. The thing is though, is if we get rid of this panel, well, not that panel. If we get rid of this panel, we see the other panels, and we have to get rid of all the panels. So I'm deciding how we want to handle that. I want to know if like it's like, how do I make something ignored from this? Like it's on an event system object. Like what makes it think it's an event system object? Is it just because it has a canvas renderer on it? Can we remove that? We cannot. It could be that has an image component on it, maybe. But I obviously need that. This might be a good excuse to ask ChatGPT. Let's see here. Let's see if it can help me with this. Oh, got tiny. I have a UI element want to ignore for this check. What would be the best way to omit that object? Program a manual UI and the filter. Ooh, that's changing it entirely. I don't love it, but we'll try it. This other one was much simpler. But maybe Unity engine dot input. Yeah, it's annoying. Oh, excuse me. Tired. Need to get some caffeine again soon. So we need a game object for this ignore layer. Um, do, do, do. Okay, so now we should be able to provide it that specific object, and it will ignore it, which is, oh, I don't want to. I said it's child of, which makes me think it'll recursively do it. I mean, you would hit those items too. So maybe what we'll do is we'll remove this. Oops, I keep doing that panel instead. We'll remove this, but then we'll add an image. It's called backdrop. Make sure it goes beneath all that. Give it maybe a dark color. Okay, and so then we would put backdrop here. All right, let's see if that ChatGPT function works. Got a null ref. Did I not assign something? I assigned the UI object. Oh, it's trying to send that command, but we're not connected. Can I move you to the bottom for now? I don't think that'll matter, but I don't think that was actually the problem. Did we get... I think our, I can't remember if our print is still there. I think when I updated the script, it might have removed that print. But I don't think we're hitting the UI issue anymore because it gave us some new errors. Oh, maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, we're not getting any point. Oh, we got 2 points for some reason. I wonder if it's because the other objects are underneath it. So like if I were to turn off every other canvas and just disable those entirely. No, still don't like it. Okay, let's make sure our print statements are in there so we can figure out what the heck is going on. I think it's still hidden UI is my guess. What are we calling this? Okay, let's try that. Okay, let's see if we get some debugs. All right, so we're hitting mostly true. There was a false a couple times. So every now and again it's false. So I'm guessing it is somehow going through. We should print what I'm hitting, I guess. But it also is odd that those ones that go through don't seem to be showing up. And also it's driving me crazy that there's this extra multiplier settings header. I don't know why that bothers me so much, but it bothers me like a ton. Yeah, you're right here. I just deleted that header. What happened? Yeah, that just goes in there. Whatever, that's fine. I don't care. What I do care about though is why we're not drawing lines and why we're hitting stuff. So let's get back what we're hitting. Oh, I see. This could be part of the problem is we're skipping it, but we're hitting other stuff too. So maybe instead of skipping, if we hit this ignore item, maybe we immediately just return false. So yeah, we loop through every single thing, and if we hit that one thing, then we return false. If we get to the bottom of it, we haven't hit that one thing. Shoot. Yeah, I think then we would return. I see the problem. We almost need to check it twice. Like first we need to just look in for here, and then we need to go through it again. So this time we just are looking only for that. And we don't care about the child, like just that specific object. We return false. And then we go through it. If we get past that, we go through it again. And if there's any... See, this has any results at all. Which seems a little odd. So if we hit anything... I wonder if we took our old system there and plugged that in. It was in ChatGPT because I sent it to it. Where is that window at? Oh, where are you hiding? There you are. Okay, so when I sent it, basically, if current, yeah, so we would then just use that. So, God, I have too many things open. Literally cannot find. Oh, was it this one? No. Okay, we are going to just click into our Unity and open it up. It's hiding. Okay, so basically, if we match this ignore UI, we return false. Then we check if it's over UI, then else return false. So basically, the first thing we do is like, is this the ignore element? If it is, then we are not over a raycast, over a UI element. And then if we don't find the ignore element, then we go through and like do a normal UI check. I like that. I think that is a good way of doing it. Basically, it's just checking. It does a raycast for just your like ignore object, which seems good to me. And I feel like 80% likely this will work. Something did not work. Getting a null ref. I do see a trail render didn't get populated. Does that get populated on my other one? I don't think that's a problem, but I just want to make sure. I didn't think I changed anything on this, so I'm not sure why it's having a hard time. Okay, so yeah, trail render. It looks like we don't use trail render, so which makes me also decide that we should remove it from the script. Let's see, is anyone actually referencing it in the document? Nope. So you go bye-bye. Do not know why you existed. Okay, that wasn't the problem though. We're gonna figure out what the error was. Fortunately, my 80% was not strong enough. Okay. Our null ref is on the handle draw. Why? The good news is we're getting false on that is you over UI, so that's great. It is kind of odd that we get 83 successes and then only 2 points and then an error. So it's kind of odd. Let's first fix the error. Okay, well, this is part of the problem because we can't send over the network yet. But it's odd because, I mean, obviously on the other one you saw I was able to do it in editor without being connected to anyone. So it's kind of concerning that it's erroring out there. But we will find the issues. Probably just like over clean the thing out. Yeah, so it says we're not hitting UI, but we're not generating any touch points. So I figure out why. And it looks like we did get one null ref again. Handle draw. Oh yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna get those just because we're not connected to Quantum. But yeah, I don't know why. We're just obviously missing something. Let's look at what adds touch positions because that's not getting populated. At least not. There was a couple times I got a couple things. So I think create draw line. This is probably, all right, draw without collider is what we're doing. So create draw line. So we have this is new start position. And we're saying false. Which might be a problem. Well, not necessarily. So we should be instantiating that. Let's make sure that let's also name this thing. Current line dot name equals player drawn line. Let's call it that. Now we can see if it exists once we hit play, which it should, but if it doesn't, then that gives us a clue. All right, let's go. I didn't see it pop up, so I'm thinking it didn't generate it. It's called player drawn. Yeah, it did not generate that object. So that's useful to know, which is, it's really odd though, because I mean, that's like, that means that was not getting called, period. Oh, is it because it's this fail? Okay. Maybe I don't know how we got around that in the other one though. Like, this is causing lots of problems that we can't send this command. I'll move it to the bottom, but this is really odd. Like, we shouldn't have to be changing this stuff. Okay. We did get the thing generated that time, so that's good. It does say there's 2 points on it. I am not seeing anything, but the points are on top of each other. Okay, there's a line. Now we're not seeing it over here, which is interesting. Then the question becomes, like, do we kind of look back at what was working before and kind of reverse engineer it, or do we like basically just troubleshoot the existing one? Now we've been optimizing, so the script should be easier to figure out. But it really blows my mind that this previous one didn't have these problems. And I'm just wondering what the heck is different. We did have this valid line start location, and we had the concept of like starting a line and all of that. So maybe somehow that avoided something we're seeing now. I think we just keep work, because I don't want to like add that back in. So let's just keep messing with stuff. I wonder if it's having trouble deciding like where the first point is or something. Let's even just for now, just comment out the network part of it. So that way we don't have to worry about that getting in our way, and see if it will allow us to keep sending data points. We can maybe at least get the drawing to appear. And we can do a check later for the other stuff. Okay, so after 2 points, it just stops. It just doesn't give us any more. It's also interesting. I'm hitting oh, because that panel's below there. So what we need to do, sorry, this is like an unrelated thing, but just the panel itself, that is our backdrop. It goes all the way to the bottom, which means that we're always getting false, but that's should be there. And then this we can just have as a solid color gray and get the same effect. And now we should get the, because before it was saying we weren't over UI when I was like clearly over that UI. So true, false, 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 false. And then, yeah, now we're all true, 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 true. Cool. Okay, so at least that's fixed. We need to figure out why we're only getting 2 points and then it just stops. My guess is it's not using the moved properly. We have single finger new touch, and that seems to be working as far as I can tell. Single finger move touch does not seem to be working. Oh my gosh, I think I know why. Because for our fill meter, we're doing it backwards. We're starting from full. A way to test this actually really quick is if we put the fill meter to 0. I was going to go make it reverse, but I can make it fill up, I guess, even if I want to be lazy. Let's see if this works. Yeah, see, now you can see it filling up. It's interesting that didn't fill all the way. But that might be a setting I have. But the other thing we have to look into is why is this drawn line not visible? That is a thing that I would like to know. That seems like the place where we would see it based on where the previous map was. Like you can see, sorry, I keep talking like really far off mic. Hopefully it's not too quiet. You can see here like the bottom corner of the UI, and it's also the bottom corner on this one. So I am unsure if it's like a rendering layer thing, a material assignment. Oh my gosh, are you alpha 0? Is that your problem? No, you're 100. What could be, let's click into the other, your default line. What was the other one? Well, I guess let's draw a line on the other one and then we can read its data. Let me draw. Wait, okay, why are you not working now? What broke on the other one? So they don't share logic. So is a totally different stage of the repo, and what the heck? Why are you not working? What did I do over here? It's almost like, did I accidentally change the wrong version of the script? Did I accidentally change this one? Okay, here we'll do this. We will erase any changes on that particular source tree branch just in case. So this is on WebGL. Surely it'll think I changed something. Nothing. Thinks I changed nothing. So why would it suddenly not work? Okay, let's reload. Don't save. Game scene. It could be, yeah, it was a change in the scene maybe, and then I didn't save it, so source tree didn't know there was a change. Almost working. Well, there we go. Okay, now we are functioning. We can see it showing up on the simulator, but then also it's over here. Now, I wonder if I put an object in the UI, that could be the problem. Like maybe it doesn't show up over UI. So I need to find where this is. Why are you down there, friend? Yeah, it looks like it doesn't render on top of that. Interesting. So the question would be, can we make it render on top of that? Which it kind of makes sense that it wouldn't, because it's in world space and this is screen space UI. I want your material. Where is your material? There's positions. Width. That materials is collapsed. So default draw line. Can we just make something else that will just like randomly clicking things like that's gonna work? Yes, default line. Wait, where's our rainbow thing? Our rainbow thing worked the other. Oh, this one would have the rainbow thing. We have to find a way. Maybe if I can make this particular shader. Oh, that's. I'm gonna have to make like a new shader, maybe. You know, this might just be an easier thing to Google. Make line render above UI layer. Let's see. Use screen space camera. Set up the canvas scalar component. So maybe switching to screens. Maybe it's not a screen space canvas. Yeah, screen space canvas overlay. Did you assign the camera? Okay. Where is the camera assignment? Am I blind? Oh, there. Okay, so then let's pick. Do we not have a camera in this thing? Okay. And then if we take our okay, let's draw a line. Oh, it's interesting. Once I hit that, it it doesn't like it because it's a UI. But what really we want to test is if it, yeah, it renders above it. Okay. Good old Google. Okay, so then that means we just need to take this drawing canvas and change the screen space camera, and then make sure we give it the camera. We do need to. That does mean we will have to turn off all the other canvases, and I think that's just the reality of it, and that's fine. We can that is a fixable problem. It just takes a little bit of care to making sure that like we know that like, hey, when drawing canvas is on, the player game scene canvas needs to go off. No biggie. We can do that. Along with every other canvas. All canvases have to be off when drawing canvas is on. Okay, so I'm drawing in theory. Didn't see a line, which is disappointing, but not doesn't mean we're over yet. Okay, so it's there. Oddly off to the side from where I expected it to be, though. Maybe that's just part of. Hold on. Why you no work? It's lined up with the camera as far as I can tell. But maybe we don't want that because the other time I did it like in the opposite order. So let's go. Well, did I? Hold on. Let's go back over here. Where is it? Yeah. So right now, this canvas is screen space camera. When I hit draw, we draw those lines. They are there. So what would happen if I... So, okay, so yeah, why is this one not working? Is it something to do with the camera? Doesn't seem to be anything to do with the camera. Okay, well that's good to see. If I disable that canvas, the line pops up. So something is still, so this is screen space camera. Is it plane distance? Is the camera the other way? The heck? But that just makes it totally off. So basically, if the camera, okay, that's not the problem. What in the heck? Okay, sorting layer. All right, -1. Problem solved. Okay, cool. We can work with this. All right, so let's try to draw again. I don't know why the line was so short. Maybe I lifted up my mouse or something weird. Yay. Okay, it's a pretty short line. Reset doesn't work yet because we haven't hooked it up. And then also, I think we have some limitations on the fill. Like I think we're artificially restricting that. Max line length. Maybe we have hard-coded some of that stuff. Yeah, we have this clamp, fill min and fill max. Which, yeah, hard-coded. So yeah, let's get rid of those. We don't care about that anymore. Let's give ourselves like 120 or maybe even 150. Before the limitation was so that way you couldn't make a super huge long move. Who is referencing that? You guys. Just get rid of this. I think just raw fill amount. So then we could just do this then. Okay. that didn't work. I'm going to try it again though, because sometimes I think maybe I move too fast and it loses track of it or something weird. Yeah. Ooh, okay. So even though I've hit the max, it is not registering that. So we need to do a check for that. I thought it already was doing a check for that. Oh, I do. This would just be one. Okay. And then now I gotta redo this. Okay. So now that should stop when we hit the top. Okay. Drawing lines, drawing some plans. Sweet. And I drew an upside down recliner chair. And then now we just need to get reset line to clear that. Let's do that now. This is the benefit of like building these debug things in, is like we would have, if we were trying to like build that over the network, and I would have like kept having to compile both versions and connect the two over the menu system, and it was taking so much longer to like find all those weird errors. So by doing this all local first, now all we have to do is like we know this part works. So yeah, I'm really happy that we did those tests. All right, let's make reset line do a thing. It's a button after all. You should click it. Button clicking is good times. Okay. Let's rename it in inspector so we know what we're doing with it. Reset line button. And then in its on click function, we will make it where are you hiding? Destroy current line. Cool, let's test it. It's an easy one to test. Draw a line. There is an issue where, yeah, it worked. Where right now, I intentionally didn't want to allow disconnected lines. So like you can see I'm drawing down here and it's not doing anything. But if I draw up near, it'll let me continue. I don't necessarily think that needs to be a limitation, because what if I want to like circle 2 points? It's a little annoying to have to circle, hit reset, circle again. I think that is functionality I wrote in. I don't think that existed in the original package. So maybe I can find where that distance check is and just make it massive. That's probably the easiest way. Instead of deleting it, just be like, you can be real far away. Real far. Newsfeed. All right. Yeah, see this previous point thing. So what if we just said, it's fine. Don't worry about that. Let's keep it around in case we later want to bring it back. Which means we don't even need the previous point either. Okay. Let's see if that will now let us kind of draw all over and not in only a contiguous line. Yeah. What is there between a contiguous and a continuous? Oh, interesting though. It connects, which kind of makes sense because it's a line renderer, right? So Yeah, I don't really think I want to make, because the solution would probably be like make a fresh line render if we're past that distance. So it's a solvable problem, but not one I want to take on today, especially when we haven't proved that people actually enjoy drawing between turns. So we'll just leave that on. You have to make a contiguous line. We can make it kind of large, but then you're going to get those like jumps, which isn't necessarily ideal. Boom, 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 boom. We don't have any zoom lines, which I realize then like all of this camera invert follow junk we wouldn't need. But I'm going to leave that in because we might later on decide to let players zoom in on their drawings. But I don't think we'll need it. My gut tells me like this is just drawing for fun and like references, and you don't need to be super meticulous. So I think you won't need to zoom in. What are we doing? What are we doing? We have the reset line working. We need close panel working. Now, if we close panel, right now none of the other panels are open. So if we were to say like, hey, drawing canvas, get out of here. Now we have no canvases open. So we need to like keep track of the previous canvas probably. This canvas should only be accessible from your waiting screen. So we could probably just turn that one on actually. If you hit, yeah, it's gonna be a little tricky. Like ideally we set up a state machine, but I'm so close to like proving this prototype and we're gonna rewrite this code anyway. So I'm gonna see if I can avoid doing a state machine here. But yeah, we need to make sure that the right canvas is turned on and off. So the way we get to this canvas to begin with is from the wait your turn canvas. We should have a button. We don't currently have a button, but we should make a button that pops this one up. Now there will be names populating below here. So maybe I'll put the like draw button up top. I think we could do something a little more clever with UX where it's not like a separate screen you have to go into, but I think for now we'll keep it simple to build, which is just make it a button. Let's make sure this canvas is also, nope, scale with screen size, what it needs to be. Now I hope that oh, we do have a turn manager that we use. Interesting. I thought we stopped using that. Turn name holder. Let's make sure. So we will have up to 8. So we need to do some shift in here. So currently up to 8 players. So that will be a good spot for that. I'll leave that there for a moment while we then shift this up. We scale that way down. And I think even these wait your turns could be a lot smaller. So let's make these 55. And let's then override that, apply all. Cool. This, I don't like the way this looks. I kind of want it to be a single line. I don't know why it's insisting. Where is the actual text? It is there. Oh, because, yeah. I can see why I did 2 lines maybe. Maybe we don't call waiting for your turn. Maybe we call like player turn order. And then maybe we make that all caps. Yeah, I like that a lot more. Should that be multiple lines though? Would it look better if it was like that? I think so. And then now we take our button and we make our button have actual text, but also be bigger. Yeah, like this is gonna be a weird UX. Like this button's gonna tell you what. Draw on draw markup blueprints. I don't know. Like, see, it's like if you're a new player, you can be like, what the hell is that? Draw. Draw on blueprints. Draw on map. I don't know. Sure. I don't love it. In fact, I kind of hate this as a UX, but we just want to test if it's fun. Like, is it fun to draw on the map? Maybe we'll make this a more inviting color. Sure, that'll work, I guess. I do kind of want to bring these down just a touch, something like that. And then now we can delete all of these. They populate at runtime. Okay, so now draw on map. Does that have a strike through in it? What the heck? Strike through. This button is going to need to modify some canvases, and that's really it. So it's going to need to turn on the drawing canvas. So we can just directly modify it here, which is nice. We don't have to like make a function for it. Though sometimes that can be hard to debug because you're like, what is turning off this canvas? And then it's also going to turn off this canvas that is under, which shouldn't hurt this because it doesn't change functionality from running. It just disables the canvas renderer. This is a wait your turn canvas. Oops. Plus. That one goes off. Okay, so basically we click this, we swap those canvases, and then if we are ever on the drawing canvas, if this is visible, you would, whenever you close it, where's my buttons? It would do the opposite. Now there is a concern I have that maybe the minigame canvas, I guess we can just test that. Minigame canvas could pop up at any time. So we need to make sure if that pops up. Okay, good. That covers it. That's great. And then the other canvas, if it becomes your turn, that would be, I think, this canvas. Okay, so that one's not, it's weird. It needs a backdrop or something. Something weird. Yeah, I think actually that's all it needs. It just needs a backdrop. This should be full screen. And the color could be, sure. Cool. That should be fine. There's a small concern like this. Okay, actually, let's try this cannon. This cannon pops up. Cool. What if the mini game is on? That's right. The mini game should take priority. Okay, all this seems correct, actually. So that's wonderful. Cool. This being on, I do think the drawing canvas, yeah, you shouldn't be able to draw while it's your turn. So, and this only pops up when it's your turn. So you go away for now. All right, let's try these buttons. Okay, so if we draw a line, cool. Draw number 8 because we're awesome. Set the line, that works. And then now we're going to close panel. Now we would see the player turn. I want to go back. I want to draw some more. Now we could, on close panel, automatically clear your line. I think that might be nice. And same with draw on map. Well, I guess if we clear it on close, then we don't need to clear it on open. But yeah, I think if you close the panel, we should erase it. Maybe, well, I'm trying to think of a use case like you're drawing, you're like, let me see whose turn it is, and you want to come back. Maybe we leave. I just worry about someone leaving something up and be like, hey, guy, close your thing. Maybe when it's your turn, we would clear it. I'm trying to think of a way to like force clear some stuff. I think for this playtest, we'll let it remain, and then just be like, hey, wipe off your stuff. It's in the way. And then we'll automate it in the future. So whenever it's your turn, it probably clears off your drawings. Okay. I was trying to think of like a really easy, quick way to do that, like something that knows it's your turn in Draw Manager. I guess it'd be in Turn Manager. It would know. Turns updated. Oh, if it's your turn. Okay, so this knows it's your turn. So we could, what the heck? Let's do that. Let's just clear it if it's your turn. So we're gonna say public draw line system. Oh, we can't do it there. Okay, how about we just listen to turns updated in draw line system? Can we do that? So let's try doing that and see if that works. Okay. Turns updated. Okay, so this would know that it's this person's turn. So if we do that, we should, if it's their turn is up, we should clear that line out. We destroy current line. And I'm also debating if we want to just close the canvas at that point. It does look like we have a reference to the canvas though, so maybe we'll leave it alone. Okay. So cool. Now when it's your turn, we'll erase the line. So that way, on destroy line, do we call? Yeah, we do. Which reminds me, let's bring back. Oh, I thought we commented out our coroutines that talk to the network. I guess we didn't have to. Sweet. But yeah, on destroy current line, we do call that. Okay, so I think locally everything's functional now. So that tells me we can delete, or not delete, we can close our mobile one. We can revert it back to the proper branch. Hopefully we won't have any problems there. and we can basically allow ourselves to just start setting up the well, I guess we set up everything. We do need to listen. That's what we need to set up. We need to listen for the event on the host side, which actually is a project we already had open. We won't be able to test it till we set the other one up. But let's be in the game scene. I'm trying to think through. Well, no, we have the we have the debug set up. We like tested it. It looked like it worked. We do need to make the other player draw lines though, because that's just for player one. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sweet. Okay. So now this, and then we just have to update their ID. So it should be 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. So basically, there's a line renderer waiting for every potential player, and when it finds the right player sending its messages, it will update. This will cause slight problems for disconnects. If a player disconnects who has an existing line, their line will stay forever. So we'll figure that out on our production code and make sure we're doing cleanup on that kind of stuff. Probably should just have this line renderer spawn in with the player when they join, and then when they leave, everything's that spawned in with the player, maybe is under a single game object, and we just say, hey, we can't find the player anymore, delete all their stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. So first let's where's the right window? There it is. First let's push all the changes we just made. Which is kind of nice. I was a little bit like bummed that I had to go back and like redo work I had done with the line render, draw line stuff. But we cleaned it up a ton. And so actually, I'm not as bummed as I thought I would be now that I've actually done it. It's like, oh, now it's prettier. And it's not so messy to bring into production later on. In fact, I think we can probably use it mostly one-to-one, but we might decide to live somewhere different or something. Cool. All right, so then let's go ahead and pull. So this one is on a detached head. I hope we can just double click and jump back where we want to be. You're about to leave a detached head, which means they will not be appearing. Yep, I don't need anything from this detached head. And now we can pull. Sweet. Let's first get. Let's find our mobile version. Where is it? Did I close it? Where's it at? Shouldn't have closed it. Where are you, Unity? Is it this one? No, it's not. I guess I closed it. Or it crashed, but I might have closed it. Opening it back up though. Or it crashed, but I might have closed it. In the meantime, we can go over to our host, get it back to looking like it should. Oh, geez, get there. Play. In fact, let's throw this game up where we normally do. We can go here. Perfect. There we go. Is our other one ready yet? Oh, it's still loading. Go here. Perfect. There we go. Is our other one ready yet? Oh, it's still loading. Waiting for loading bar. But what should happen if everything worked first try is, well, first-ish try, right? I guess it took us some time to get the line renderer to show up properly. But if the networking stuff works first try, what should happen is as we're drawing, it'll show up a line on the actual host screen. I'm trying to remember if we set up the events to listen for those. I can't remember if we did. So we'll find out. I think we did. So I think I'm gonna bet it like 65% chance it's gonna work. Maybe 70. All right, let me go to the main menu. Let's make sure that it looks right. Actually, just go to game view. I'm gonna go to game view, make sure like it has the canvas and like we didn't lose that or anything annoying. Okay, cool, it's there. All right, let's hit play and connect. Alrighty, I am Jim, and I will connect to QXKW, which is like room code right now. Why do I have two simulators going on? That's sketch. Where did you come from? And why do I have two simulators going on? I think I should have two simulator windows open. That's all. Okay, I didn't know. Okay, it's good to know you can have multiple simulator windows open. I don't know why you'd want to, but it lets you. Cool. All right. I like the look of it so far. Now, here's a moment of truth. All right. I've not seen any lines. Ooh, I got a bunch of errors. Okay. I'm gonna hit. You quiet you. Okay. Let's hit stop. Let's see if we can hunt down what those errors were. That was a little crazy. Going to our mobile. I think I just accidentally opened up the debug log. I think there must be like some kind of debug plugin or something on. And I need to figure out where that's at and shut that off. It's probably this reporter. It's my guess. So we can just disable that. I really don't remember this. Disable that. I really don't remember this. Well, either way, we don't really need the reporter. Oh, I just realized my stream avatars crashed. I was like, it's so empty here. There's no raccoons. Okay, well that what we just were fixing, like that reporter thing, is not going to be the problem. But we're not getting a ton of errors. What's possible is that maybe it's going to open it. Okay, it's loading stream avatars. Is that maybe the actor number isn't properly connected? Let's go into our main scene. Okay. We need to find the, what is it called? The logic that's listening for those lines, which should be on player draw lines. Yeah, draw line from network data. Okay. So new line point received. And this should be calling the event new line points added. So let's just see if this gets called. Print received new line point from player callback at player ID. Okay, so now if this event gets called, we should see this message, and that will be one test we can do to kind of get to the bottom of why we're not seeing them sent over the network. I'm not horribly surprised, right? I give it like a 65% chance. Where is, there you are, hit main menu, hit play. What is our room code? VHQQ. What is our room code? VHQQ. If it's just like a player ID mismatch, that's a fairly easy thing to fix. Let's see. See if it's that easy. Mismatch, that's a fairly easy thing to fix. Let's see. See if it's that easy. All right, I'm going to attempt to draw on here. Okay, I'm getting null refs, though. Couldn't tell if they were timed with my drawing. I don't think they were. Let's try that again. Okay, so I'm not getting any messages. Reset turn worked, but the draw line is not calling the events. Okay, so maybe just the command, we forgot to like properly hook that up to the event. Shouldn't be a huge deal. Assuming that my hunch is right. Let's open our quantum solution. And let's look at our new point added. And let's look at our, so this is calling new line points added. And that may not be the event we're listening for. I don't think it is. Need to find the script with the new line system on it. The script with the new line system. Okay, so yeah, right now we are calling new line points added. Yeah, it's right there. Interesting. So I am actually surprised. Okay. Couple things we can check. Let's double check to make sure that it didn't send that message and I just missed it. Okay, it did not. So the first thing we need to do is make sure that on the mobile side, we are actually sending the command. So that would be on draw manager. Let's go into here. Draw manager. Let's go into here. All right, so it would be these command dispatchers. It says send gyro recording. I think that is not what we want. It was, let's see. Well, hold on, maybe. Let's see what's in send gyro recording. Yeah, it's not send gyro recording. It's, what is the command? The command, we just had it open somewhere else. If I can find quantum code. It is the new point added draw line command. Is what we need to be putting here. Actor number. And then I think, what was the other one? It was position or something. What was the other one? It was I know there's another value we get from this one. I just have to find what it is. It's a vector 2, new line point. It's a vector 2, new line point. What's odd is I'm not seeing that called new line point. What's odd is I'm not seeing that called new line point. Am I missing something? New point added draw line command. New point added draw line command. There's an actor number and a vector 2. New point added draw line command. New point added. Then if we look at the gyro, which I don't think we have anymore, but like why? You do take actor number. Is it? Oh, because that's not public. You do take actor number. Is it? Oh, because that's not public. I don't. Let's see. I don't remember which version of Unity I'm in. I think I was in that one. I don't remember which shoot version of Unity I'm in. I think I was in that one. All right, so that's a list of vector 2s. We do not want a list of vector 2s. We want a single vector 2. Okay. I don't want to call it that anymore. Send new draw line. Wait, call it that instead. And then now, if we go back into draw line system, it should be that. New positions is not what we want. Oh, is it what we want? Shoot. Okay, hold on. We might have goofed there. So if this is a list, that's fine, but that means in the this needs to be a list. Shoot. Lists are very tricky. Here we go. Yeah, so this is what we actually need. So let's just do this command instead. So send gyro recording command. That I wonder if then we should delete this new point added draw line command. Okay, let's one thing at a time. Let's get the. This just needs to, I think, undo, honestly. All the stuff that we did in here. So that's all correct, actually. So that's actually kind of weird because this should be right. Send gyro recording. That's what it was before on our draw network, draw line, and it didn't work though. So we come into here. Don't know what all this stuff is. My guess is we don't need it. And then we send the command here. Let's do print. I know I have these. These were like left over from another engineer. I don't even know like where the script lives to change that flag. So like I'm just gonna make my own print. No. Oh, that's why I have to. I can't use print. Sneezes. All right, console log. Console.log. I mean. All right, console log. No, console log. I am brain. Console log.log. Let's see. We sending gyro. No, we're not really sending gyro. We're sending new line points for player, and then just passing the player on. All right, and then it would send the command, and then in this gyro recording command, it would then pass the event new line points added. And so someone needs to listen to that event on the other side, which would be in the draw line from network. New line, a new line point. Yeah, event new line points added. So it should call this. Yeah, so that everything looks right. So it is kind of surprising me that that didn't work. So where are all of our checks? We put a print in the command, I think. Oh, we didn't put it in. Let's close this. I have too many solutions open, and so now I'm losing track of which is in which. Okay, they seem to all be in here just because the other one didn't compile when I clicked on it, and this one did. So I think all of our changes were on the mobile side. So let's once again. Oh, we're on the wrong scene, game scene. Sure, save that, whatever. Okay, draw manager. Okay, draw manager. Why did that go all the way on my other screen? Came in like super tiny between two screens. That was weird. Okay, so just to make sure. Send Java recording is in fact calling that. Okay. So we are checking on this side. Let's also maybe check on this side. Maybe new positions is like not getting updated or something weird. Let's print touch positions. How about new positions found sending to network? Cool. All right, let's see what messages we get on the mobile side, because we did some debug logs just to see if the commands are kind of going through. And actually, you know what? Let's just merge up all of our changes just to be extra safe. I always like to pull first just to make sure I don't override something. Debugs for draw commands. So I'm gonna pull down. Oh, it's gonna conflict with my. Oh, it didn't. This one I changed something. Okay, I changed. That's the received message. Sure, why not? More debugs. Okie dokie. Let's get everything rolling. It is very slow to compile. Okay. Let's connect and see how this works. ZSRF. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Let's draw and see what messages are sent. Let's draw and see what messages are sent. Okay. Let's pause, and read our console. So on this side, we printed that we're, all of our, like if we're hitting the UI or not. I'm not seeing anything about sending stuff though. So it seems like it's not sending the commands at all. I thought I put a function in there, or like a print in there. Yeah, so this new position's found. So this new positions is never getting added to, is what it seems, because, or we're never even calling this coroutine, or we're stopping it prematurely. Now we did make the change that we moved this after that. Player cleared to draw a line. Oh, that doesn't seem like the right one. Send gyro coordinate. Why would we want to clear that? Is it just, so are we clearing it right after we start it? Is that the problem? I think maybe that could have been the issue, but I'm skeptical. In fact, I don't even think I want to. I don't know if I want to clear that out there. I don't think I do. Okay. Where is the thing I'm looking for? Oh, so bright. Hmm. Okay. So let's try that one thing, because we didn't shift those around that one time just because it was like there were those errors, and maybe that order is what threw that off. So now we're no longer clearing after we send, which would normally make a ton of sense why it's not working, except for the fact that it's a coroutine, the other one is, and so I figured it was going to keep running and like keep checking for updates. But yeah, let's just see if that was the issue. All right, let's go in. Okay, we're gonna clear out our messaging so it's easier to find it. Yeah, I'm not getting any prints still, so that was not the problem. Okay, no worries. I will hunt this down. I think I'm gonna call it though for the stream. It's not so much that like this is gonna be really hard to hunt down, but just we're a little over 3 hours, and I could use a little break. But I will fix this tonight, so that way next time we connect, it's going to be you're going to be able to draw on the screen, and we'll see if people like that. Being able to kind of, while you're in between turns, you can circle things. You can say, "Hey, go this way," and like point to it. My concern is like everyone's going to be drawing, and it's going to be chaos. And you're like, wait, which one are you? And so colors are so closely tied to skills. We can't really use colors very well. So I need to kind of think through that, but we'll see how it goes. The next big feature that I want to experiment with, other than the drawing, is modifiers. And so it's like as you're playing, you get different modifiers that affect the level, and you get to pick between some options. And so that could be interesting. So, but we will probably tackle that next time on the next stream. Until then, I'll catch y'all later.